Imagine being told you can't own anything, can't speak in public, and can't even choose what to wear, all because you're a woman. Welcome to medieval Europe, where men made all the rules, broke most of them themselves, and still somehow thought they were the sensible ones. Spoiler alert, they weren't. Speaking of these power-hungry medieval men, medieval Europe wasn't just a boys' club, it was the original no girls allowed treehouse, except the treehouse was every castle, church, and position of power across an entire continent. While modern workplace discrimination might get you a strongly worded email from HR, medieval discrimination was literally written into law, enforced by armies, and blessed by the Pope himself. Let's talk about kings first. These guys wore fancy crowns, sat on thrones made of actual swords, and had absolute power over everyone's lives. Not a single queen ruled in her own right in medieval England until Mary the Fuppus in 1553. And even then, people acted like the world was ending because a woman dared to sit on the throne. Many of these kings could barely read, while their wives and sisters often spoke multiple languages and managed entire royal households. But heaven forbid they touch the crown. It's like having a CEO who can't use email while the entire office is run by their assistant who speaks 5 languages and has 3 degrees. The lords weren't any better. These were basically medieval landlords, except instead of refusing to fix your leaky faucet, they controlled entire regions and could decide whether peasants lived or died. A fascinating stat. Records from the 13th century show that male nobles inherited property 98% of the time, even when they had older, smarter sisters. Imagine being passed over for a promotion because your younger brother knows how to burp the alphabet. That's basically what medieval noblewomen dealt with. And these lords weren't exactly picking up the slack. Many spent most of their time hunting, feasting, or starting petty wars while their wives secretly kept everything from falling apart. Knights, those supposedly chivalrous defenders of honor, were another piece of work. Sure, they wrote poetry about women's beauty and fought in tournaments wearing their ladies' favors, but it was all for show. In medieval tournaments, knights would often wear a piece of their ladies' clothing as a good luck charm, usually a sleeve or a veil. Nothing says true love like wearing your girlfriend's sleeve while trying to knock other guys off horses with a pointy stick. And let's not forget these same romantic knights had no problem enforcing laws that treated women like property. The real disappointment was the political system. Not a single woman could vote, though. To be fair, most men couldn't either, but women couldn't even attend town meetings in many places. There's this hilarious